Hi, I'm Shippard. I've been a midfielder for the past 10 years, and today we're going to hit the streets of Sydney and find out what people think of women in sport. Would you have a favourite female athlete in Australia?
Well, at the moment it's the ladies that are playing hockey in Argentina.
Nah, I couldn't tell you.
I used to watch the netball a fair bit.
I don't really know that many female athletes, to be quite honest.
All-time favourite would be Cathy Freeman.
You can go way back, Cathy Freeman.
Cathy Freeman's probably my favourite.
The Australian women's hockey team.
Shippard.
Lauren Jackson.
Lane Beachley, maybe.
Kim Crow at the moment.
Elise Perry.
The Liz girl.
Liz Cambridge?
Yeah, Liz Cambridge, yeah.
So you saw her dunk that?
Yeah.
How awesome was that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The women's 8, they got selected to go to the Olympics and they had to really fight their way there.
People like Dawn Fraser and Lorraine Crabb, Marjorie Jackson, Betty Cuthbert, Marlene Matthews. They were real absolute icons of sport in Australia.
Why do you think there's a big difference between what women get and what men get as athletes in Australia?
I think they've just been doing it longer and it's been more publicised. And
I suspect it comes from historical, the trend of more focus on the males.
Well, I don't know what the figures are, but I would imagine it would be heavily in favour of male sport.
I think that's with every job though. No offence guys, but I think you're paid more than has in every job.
I think it's totally wrong that they don't pay women the amount that they pay men.
Women tend to have a little bit of a glass ceiling that they need to overcome.
There's just so many areas where women are so far behind.
Because that's always been the case within any kind of field of work.
Sport industry, aren't women sort of by comparison paid less than men?
In the end, professional sport is about making money.
If you don't have the audience, then there's probably not the grounds for giving sponsorship.
Well, there needs to be a lot more coverage around women's sport because it's the fact that men have so much coverage on TV and stuff that's the reason they get all the advertisers, so all the money from sponsors and everything.
Men's sport gets a lot of publicity because of what they do outside the sport, good or bad.
I guess they only show women's sport when they do well.
It's pretty rough that the only female sport on TV is netball.
You see a lot of men's sports on television.
The males do get a lot more coverage.
You don't get a lot of coverage of the women.
It's not a huge amount of women's sport that's actually on free-to-air television. More media coverage, of course.
I think just more coverage and more public support.
And women are not nearly as celebrated like men within the sports industry too.
They assume that people only want to watch the men's.
When I've watched a lot of women's sport, I find it just as engaging as the male sport anyways.
Do you believe in levelling the playing field?
Yeah, I think, of course. I have no objection to it. Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, I reckon it should all be even for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. I think they do need a level playing. I think the money.
It would be lovely to see some sort of equality in terms of payment one day.
I hope so. I hope so.
A hopeful yes that it does change.
It would take quite a few years really to level it out.
It'll take time before there's even close to equality. We've got to do everything we can to speed it up, I think.
It would be great if women and men would earn the same when it's about sports. Actually, everything.
I don't know if it will reach equal, but I think it's certainly changing.
There's most definitely not a level playing field at the moment, but if you've seen the advances in women's sport in the last 10, 20 years, I think that there's a lot of hope for the future.